German government actually take my kids away. Yes, German government take my kids away. So, the way. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's me here as usual, official precious ToGodChannel. You're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of seeing my face on this channel, my name is Precious. I'm a mommy, YouTuber, blogger, lifestyle blogger. I also cook on my channel. So if this is your first time, do not forget to subscribe so you will not miss out on anything at all. Okay, so you're welcome back, guys. Thank you for coming and thank you for joining me on this. We're talking about something very important that we need to know as parents living in as African parents living in Europe or living in the land that is not our own. Okay, the things that we are supposed to know. So number one thing, as a mother or as a parent, you need to know when leaving your country, traveling down to Europe to have children, to start up a family. Number one thing you need to know is that they are nothing. Maybe most of us African parents we all talk about when our child is up to 10 years, 9 years, even 8 years, even sometimes 7 years. We'll think that maybe we can leave the child in the house and go out and buy something or get something quickly at the supermarket, of which we all do this in Africa, okay? And it's actually causes no harm. To us, it causes no harm. But in a civilized world, it's actually very wrong for us to leave our kids, underage kids in the house and rush out to the supermarket or rush out to somewhere saying, okay, let me quickly get this with 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's actually wrong, okay? Those things can actually make them to take your child away from you when the government notice this, okay? So that's apart. So on today's videos, I want to be talking about, I just want to talk about the reason why the reason why she said my child has been taken away from me from German government. Okay, German government actually take my kids away. Yes, German government take my kids away. So the reason why she said that they take her kids away from her is this. She said, and the child is actually a grown-up child. It's a grown-up boy. It's about, I think she said it's 12 years or 13 years old. The number one thing I want to tell this lady is, maybe you get to see my video maybe one way or the other, you get to see my video. The number one advice I want to give to you is this: do not stress yourself about your 12 years old child. Definitely your 12 years old child is going to come back to you because that child already know his mother. Okay, do not be scared. Your child is going to come back to you. Just put everything in prayer. There's nothing God cannot do. Okay, put everything in prayer. So before I start, I just have to encourage this mother. It's not easy to lose a child. Should I call it lose? It's not actually losing a child, but it's not easy for the child you have been taking care of right from the day you gave birth to this child, or right from the day you conceived this child, till the day you gave birth to this child, getting to 12 years old or 13 years old, and then the government says they're going to take the child away from you, that you hit the child after 12 years of taking care of the child. I actually see this young boy is so handsome. Like when I saw the picture of this young boy and the younger brother too, they are so handsome. There is no mother, there is no human being that will see that child, will not wish that this is my son. This child is actually cute, it's handsome. So, and don't worry, your child will come back to you. Just focus on the little ones you have so they will not take them away as well. Okay? We just focus on them, take care of them, protect them with everything you have. Protect them. Okay, she said the child was, according to her story, I just want to talk about her story. She said the child was actually, there's a teacher that comes as a woman, this Jugendamt, they call them social helper. When you're a single mother, you are attached a social helper to help you, especially when you cannot read, or when you cannot read some letters, or when you cannot take care of some things by yourself, especially when you have more than 2 kids. They always want to attach a social helper to you as a single mother. It's not all this, coming to this, it's not all the social helpers are focusing on the way to take your children away from you. So many of those social helpers, the German social helpers, they are actually very good. They are actually very good, and they actually help you in so many things. Yes, they help you in so many things. Even as a married couple that you don't even understand the language, you ask them that you need a social helper, for God's sake, they will come. And it's not all of them that are mean to take your children away from you. No, some of them are just using it just in form of wickedness. Okay, why some of them, even if you, because I have witnessed a situation where I have been with this. She's an Arab lady. I don't know if it's because she's an Arab lady. She have the social worker. She stays alone. She's a single mother. She have 2 kids, 2 boys, and the boys are like, wow, hey, very stubborn. I think one is about 7 years, one is about 9 years now. She have the social worker that sometimes the 9 years old boy, she always spank the boy, and the boy will always tell the woman when the woman comes, the social worker comes. And what the woman will ask the boy is, what did you do that made your mother spank you? Okay. And I love this woman so much. This social worker always shunned the little boy when the boy come to her and said, my mother hits me, because the kids already know that their parents are not allowed to hit them in Europe. But actually, I want to tell you that you are allowed to hit your child when your child is wrong. But don't give a mark. Don't leave a mark. You are spank your child when the child is nothing. Okay? But don't leave a mark on the child's body. Okay? That is the most important thing you have to know. So, and what I said, this child always run to this lady anytime this lady comes by and say, my mommy beat me, my mama had me a geschlagen, blah blah blah. My mama had me a geschlagen every time, and the lady will say, was hast du gemacht? Warum hast deine Mama hast du geschlagen? And the lady was like, what did you do? Why did your mommy has to beat you? And you were naughty. That's why your mother has to beat you. And I like the lady for that. So why am I saying this? It's not all social workers are mean to take your kids from you. So according to this lady's story, that's what I want to say now. The lady said, this lady always come to the house, even trying to tell her, oh, let her take the child to a place where, they can take care of her, and then she refused. And then when I finished talking about what she said, and then I will also say where this lady go wrong, where she go wrong, okay? So, and she said they used to come to the house, pick the boy up for a lesson and all that. According to the video she made, I think she have a very small apartment, because there are a lot of people here that seek asylum. They gave them a self-contained house with 4 kids or 3 kids, or even a whole 6 kids with a little small house, And then when you get your documents, you can now go and look for a house. And looking for a house is not easy. It's very, very difficult, especially when you're not working. It's very difficult for asylum seekers, and for those that they call them Azu, those that they have granted, it's very difficult for them to have a house in Germany. Yes, they will ask you, are you working? When you're not working, it's very difficult. You see, and according to the video I watched, she have a very small apartment. I think the apartment is very small for 4 kids. Number one, the boy is grown, is about 12 years, with the younger ones. The house is pretty, very small. How to take her child to a place where they will take care of their child, and she refused. If I was to be the person, if this very woman has been saying that to me, and every time she keeps saying it, referring to my child, taking my child out to a better place and all that, what I would say to them is this. What I would say to her is this: I will terminate the contract I have with her, because you have to have a contract with them. You have every right to terminate the contract you have with the social workers. They cannot force them to you. And then you say, I don't want to work with this person again, and then they will give you another person. You can ask for someone else, and you can say, I don't want to work with this person again. I want to start going to Caritas for them to help me with my letters and everything, or I want to start going to AVO. Okay, they have AVO. AVO, they also they help people, refugees, read letters, write letters, clear them of so many things. They have AVO. So you can also say you don't want these people around your house, okay? And you'll be very, very careful. When you say you don't want them, you'll be very, very careful. Make sure your house is always tidy. Make sure you always take care of your children. You always tidy them up. You always make sure that they look very neat when they go to school. Make sure you don't hit them and leave a mark on their body, because they will be watching. And now you say you don't need them to do this. All their eyes will be upon you like this, they want to do it as a wickedness to you. So she actually objected this lady for about a couple of times, the way she said. And then the child always go out with a young man that comes to take the child for a lesson. So the reason why I said oh my God, my battery is going down. The reason why I said I am going to say where she's wrong. She's wrong is allowing a child to leave the house for a lesson with another man or another helper. What I will not take, I will not leave my child with any German person to go to their house, especially when I know this person is working for Yugotamt, or especially when I know this person is working for the government. I will not, except I'm so close to this person that I know that he's a Caritas, they work with the Caritas, and then we always go together. I will not leave my child to go with you because you say you want to go and teach my child in your house. No, if there is a place you want to teach my child in my home. So that is the place I said that I know this lady go wrong. She wouldn't have allowed that child always go out with them. She would have tried her possible best, tell them that, okay, this child need a lesson teacher. Like me, I have a lesson teacher for my child. My son, you can see, I'm actually in his room. That's his chair over there and his table. They're always teaching maths. You don't go out. I'm in my son's room. You can't take my child out of my house telling me that you're going to your house to learn. If my house is not conducive, then I leave it. You can come and teach the child. After all, they have lessons, OGS in the school. You can come to the school when it's time for the OGS. You teach the child in the OGS class. Yes, for Einstunde, 1 hour or 2 hours, and then it's okay. But telling me you come to my house, take my child to your house to teach my child. And then this lady said they were in the car, and according to his child telling me they were in the car, they were asking him questions. Your mother will always beat you and all that. And the boy said no, and they were forcing words to the boy, and they were trying to force the boy to take a drug. Can you imagine saying that the boy needs drugs, his body is hot, he's having headache or something like that? And this lady said, I called my son. Now my son said there's nothing like that. Mommy, I did not tell them I was having headache. Mommy, I did not tell them you beat me. They were forcing word into my mouth. They were telling me to say that you hit me. You know, there are so many helpers. There are so many helpers that are wicked, helpers that are so mean and wicked like this. They were actually forcing the child to agree. And I also know that the reason why they take this boy is because you cannot force a child to stay on his against his will in a place he doesn't like. Yes, it's the law. Every child have a right. You cannot force a child and say this child do not know what he wants. Yeah, we know, but we parents, we have to make decisions for our kids, not the other way around. Okay, you cannot tell me that, yeah, you are hitting the child and maybe my child is screaming, I don't want to go with you. You will be forcing the child. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. We'll buy this for you. We give you a room. We give you apartments. You look good. You do that. You know, that is wickedness. That is evil. It's very bad. This lesson to everybody in Europe. When you have a social worker that always comes to check up on your children, your kids, always know what to tell your kids. Yes, because we African parents, we are very strict with our kids. We are very jealous with our kids. We love our children so much. We don't play with our children. Yes, we don't play with our kids. Okay? We can kill because of our children. We don't play with that. So you talk to your children. You lecture your children. Lecture them very well. When the child is above 8 years, 7 years, they know something. You can lecture them on your own. You know, this is our African brain lecture. Lecture them on what to do when they come. You understand? And when you try to spank a child or punish a child, please try as much as possible not to leave a mark on the child, on the body, on the child's body. White people, Europeans, they also hit their children. I have witnessed a situation one day. We went to a restaurant I went to a restaurant with my son, and this child was disturbing the mother and the mother held the child. I know the mother pressed the hand of the child so hard and the child screamed. He held the child and she was smiling, and then she moved down to the toilet with the child. Oh my goodness, what she did to that child in the toilet. He went to the restroom with that child. What she did to her, I saw it with my eyes, you know, because I was also, then my child was actually, it was about 4 years or so. I was trying to get to the same restroom. She dealt with that child in the restroom because the child was actually disgracing her in the public. They also do deal with their children, but please do not leave a mark when you try to scold your child. Don't leave a mark on the child's body. I really feel for this lady. I pray she'll get back her children, and please learn from this. Thank you very much for listening to this. God bless you all. I love you all so much. Bye.